How do I sell landscaping jobs? The one thing that is most important in a business that even school doesn't teach you is how to sell. How do you sell? When I took the contractor test, they talk about how to do the job, how to get the job done, how to employ the correct people. I actually didn't even talk about employees. They give you all the laws and all of the things you basically don't really use on an everyday basis owning a business. However, they never taught me on how to sell, man. They never said, hey, listen, the most important part of owning a business is selling the job. To your surprise, I know some of you might be shocked, I'm not that good with labor. Maybe you could tell, maybe you can't. Maybe I look like a guy that can dig a hole in 2 minutes. I can't. That's not my strength, man. I don't know how to dig holes. I actually got fired from my first landscaping job. We were assigned to dig holes that were 2 feet wide and 2 feet deep, and there was 3 of us. We all had the same tools. And the employer of the company, I worked for him, and he said, all right, go, dig these holes. They're for big fence posts. I said, all right. Started digging, man. I was a laborer. I was getting paid 18 bucks an hour, busting ass, right? And the other two guys, they finished the hole, cleaned all the dirt out, and started on the next one. And I was still halfway. I was only halfway done. After that, the owner of the company came over and he was like, listen, man, you can't work here. You don't know how to dig holes. You gots to go. And I said, I understand. I do gots to go. I gotta go get my own company. So he fired me. I did not quit. Some people are like, oh, no one fired me, I quit. No, man, this guy fired me. I worked there for 3 weeks as a laborer, and only a few months back, I really learned how to sell. The most important thing is speed. When a customer actually sends you a request, an inquiry over online, over Yelp, Home Advisor, all these social media platforms, when they send you a request to get a quote, man, you gotta answer them in like 10 minutes. As soon as my phone rings, I get an email or a message, boom, I stop whatever I'm doing and I make sure I get that out there. Because I know this, all the other people, they're not doing that. As soon as I get an email, as soon as I get anything, I just go full speed, respond as fast as I can. And most of the time people send me like, hey, can I get a quote? I have a backyard. Absolutely. That's like the easiest thing. Just learn how to follow up right away with speed. That's not really selling. It is selling, it's just like speed, man. You gotta learn fast action, right? Sometimes, and I've done this when I first started my company, I used to call other landscaping companies trying to get bids. I was getting fake bids. It was actually my friend's address. I was saying, hey, this is the address, come take a look at it, and let me know how much this would be. I have a driveway this big, I have a lawn area this big. I gave him dimensions, and what most of them did, they're like, oh yeah, we'll be out there in 8 days. We'll be out there in 6 days, right? And I said, okay, fine, let's schedule you in. Most of them didn't show up. So what I did was I called a bunch of, I think I called at least 12 companies, right? And most of them didn't answer the phone, at least 6 didn't answer. And 3 of them said they'll be out there in 8 days, which, dude, I want stuff done now. At least I want prices now. I don't want prices a week from now, right? And they weren't very, they didn't ask me the right questions, I feel like. I qualify everyone that calls. I say, what are you having done? When do you need it by? What do you want installed? Pavers, concrete. If they want weeds pulled, I'm not your guy. I don't pull weeds, right? I have like masons working. That's not what we do, right? But you gotta know what you do. A lot of people are like, oh yeah, I'll take everything. I don't wanna take everything, dude. I wanna take big jobs. Big, huge. So a few guys came out. I was like, okay, well, can I get some prices at least? They wouldn't give prices at all. I'm like, how are you guys supposed to sell me anything if you can't give me prices? Like, you're at my house, you see the job, you measured, and he didn't give me prices. I'm like, dude, what is this, man? So, and after I talked to them, after they got what I wanted to do, it was just simple driveway and a little piece of grass, right? It took some of them 9 days, 10 days, 2 weeks. One guy took like 3 weeks to send me a bid. Dude, I forgot about you in 3 weeks. I don't even know your name. I don't even know what I even talked to you about in 3 weeks. That's the thing that separates me from these other guys. If I go to a customer's house, maximum 2 days. I made that a rule. If it's not the same day, then it's the next day. And if it's a really big job, like some of these jobs I'm bidding for like 150, 250,000, it takes a little time. So I gotta put in like 4 hours of work into it. But it's worth it, man. I do stuff for free all the time. People are like, oh, you don't work for free. I work for free all the time. Right now I'm working. No one's paying me. I'm working for free, dog. So basically, follow up hard. If a customer calls you, call them back right away. If they text you, text them back right away. If they need anything done, get it done right away. If you see them, serve them, man. Service. This is what people don't get. People want service. That's why you go to a restaurant. Why else do you go to a restaurant? Restaurant is determined. A good restaurant is determined by the service. If the service is good, you're gonna like the restaurant. You're gonna go back. If the service is bad, you're gonna hate that restaurant. You're not gonna want to do anything with the restaurant. You're gonna leave bad reviews on the restaurant. The food, sometimes I've had bad food and really good service, and I'm like, man, I'll go back to this place. Oh, here we go. Ready? Hooters. That's one. Why do guys go to Hooters? The food's not that good, dude. The food is not that good. You go there for the good service, if you even get that. People like service. If you give them service, they're happy, man. They'll come back. And they'll write about you. They'll write good things about you. They'll go tell all their friends, hey, man, this guy went over the top, above and beyond what everyone else did. Everyone else took 3 weeks to get me a bid, 2 weeks at the best. This guy got me a bid in 5 hours of me meeting him. That will separate you from that'll separate the professionals from the amateurs. And I say professionals because a lot of these guys have been in this landscaping industry, this field, for 15, 20 years, and they're called pros because they know it all. I've only been in this field for 13 months. I don't really know a lot, but I know how to follow up, and I know what the customer wants, and I know how to serve people. I really do. I know how to serve people, and I can serve you. Or you should, if you have customers, you should serve them, not the other way around. They're like, oh, there's got to be an even exchange. Dude, they're the customer, bro. Always agree with the customer, serve the customer, give them experience, give them something to talk about when you get home, and you'll get hired, for sure. And if you're a customer watching this, I will serve you, I will service you, I will make everything great. Your backyard, your front yard is going to look incredible, and you should definitely trust me with the money that you're going to put into this project, because I'm going to deliver. I always deliver. I overpromise and I overdeliver. And by the way, I want to do a special shout out to my teacher, Grant Cardone. He was the one that taught me all this. I didn't do all this before. So if you want to really study and hammer down, I've read all his books. His university is actually the best. He teaches you how not to be like everyone else, how not to have an average company, how to have a professional company. How do you separate yourself from others? He'll teach you that, and I owe it to him. People working for the company over here are incredible. They understand service. I always say service is senior to everything. Service. People love service, man. So that's what I strive for, making sure the customer is served, happy, and fully satisfied with the exchange that he got for his money.